You're scrolling. Not because you're tired, not because you don't care, but because somewhere deep down you know what happens if you stop. You'd have to become someone, and that terrifies you more than staying still. Let's be honest. You've told yourself 100 times you'll start tomorrow. The project, the habit, the thing you keep saying matters. But when tomorrow comes, you find something else to do, something easier, something safer. And then the guilt creeps in. You start calling yourself lazy, undisciplined, broken. But here's what psychology knows that you don't. You're not lazy. You're experiencing what researchers call identity foreclosure avoidance. It's a mouthful, but it means this. You're not avoiding the work. You're avoiding the version of yourself that would exist after the work. Because starting means something. It means stepping into a new identity. And every new identity comes with a cost. If you write the book, you become a writer, and writers can fail publicly. If you start the business, you become an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs can lose everything. If you get in shape, you become someone who maintains discipline, and disciplined people don't get to hide behind, "I'm working on it." Your brain sees all of this, not consciously, but it sees it, and it does what brains do best. It protects you from uncertainty. Let's talk about why this happens. Your brain has two systems constantly negotiating. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman called them System 1 and System 2. System 1 is fast, automatic, emotional. It's the part of you that scrolls, snacks, distracts. System 2 is slow, deliberate, effortful. It's the part that plans, creates, builds. Now here's the key. System 1 doesn't care about your future self. It only cares about right now. And right now, uncertainty feels like danger. When you think about starting, your brain runs a simulation. It imagines the version of you that succeeds, but it also imagines the version that fails, the one who tries and isn't good enough, the one who gets judged, the one who realizes they're not special after all. And that simulation triggers what neuroscientists call a prediction error. Your brain can't guarantee the outcome, so it defaults to the safest option. Do nothing. Stay who you are. This is called self-concept defense. You're not protecting your time, you're protecting your sense of self. Because as long as you haven't tried, you haven't failed. And as long as you haven't failed, the story you tell yourself can stay intact. So how do you break this? Not with motivation, not with discipline hacks, but with a shift in how you relate to the self you're becoming. Here are 5 principles rooted in psychology. Your brain links starting with becoming, but they're not the same thing. You don't become a writer by finishing a book. You become a writer the moment you sit down and write a sentence. Psychologists call this process-oriented identity. You define yourself by what you do, not what you achieve. Start asking, what would this kind of person do today? Not tomorrow, not when it's perfect, today. The bigger the gap between who you are and who you're becoming, the more resistance you'll feel. So make the gap smaller. Don't aim to become a CEO. Aim to become someone who sends one cold email. Don't aim to become an artist. Aim to become someone who sketches for 10 minutes. This is called incremental self-expansion. You're not leaping into a new identity. You're inching toward it. And inches don't trigger the same fear response as miles. Your brain resists public failure, so practice being the new version of yourself where no one's watching. Write badly in a journal. Film a video you never post. Build something you'll never launch. This is called low-stakes experimentation. You're training your nervous system to associate the new identity with safety, not threat. Over time, the resistance fades. Get specific. Write it down. I'm avoiding becoming someone who could be criticized. I'm avoiding becoming someone's work that might not matter. I'm avoiding becoming someone who has to maintain what they build. Psychologists call this cognitive diffusion. When you name the fear, it becomes an object you can observe, not a truth you have to obey. You don't need to know who you'll become. You just need to know what the next version looks like. Think of it like software. You're not building the finished product. You're building version 0.1. This is called iterative self-identity formation. You're not locking yourself into anything. You're just testing, trying, becoming through doing, not by deciding. Here's the simple mental model to carry forward. You are not one self. You're a sequence of selves, and the only way to meet the next one is to move, not perfectly, not fearlessly, but consistently. Because the version of you that you're avoiding, they're not waiting on the other side of success. They're waiting on the other side of starting. So maybe you're not lazy. Maybe you're just standing at the edge of yourself. And that's okay. It means you're aware. It means you're close. The work isn't to become someone new overnight. The work is to take one step toward the person you're becoming, and then another, until one day you realize you're not avoiding anymore. You're arriving.